Yes.
I'm Nedunjelian, working in ICR, Central Tuber Crop Research Institute, Regional Station, Bhubaneswar. I am presenting on livelihood improvement of tribal farmers through tuber crop technologies. Sir, tuber crop means generally it is come to mind that potato will be in their mind, and we are working on other than potatoes. Mainly, 6 groups of tuber crops are there other than potato. These 6 groups are called tropical tuber crops. Cassava, it is called tapioca also, which is very popular in South India. In North India, Northeastern India and Eastern India, it is grown tribal area. And sweet potato, it is very popular crop in Eastern India, especially Odisha. 40,000 hectare it is grown. And the yams, different kinds of yams are there: Dioscorea alata, Dioscorea rotundata, Dioscorea bulbifera. Different species are very widely. It is popular in tribal area. Some of farmers are cultivated. In Odisha, it is commercially cultivated. Odisha people likes this tuber crop. And aroids, another group of tuber crop, elephant foot yam, taro, tania. These are the 3 crops in comes under aroid groups. And yam bean, it is another kind of ready-made food crop. And arrowroot, 3 kinds of arrowroots are grown. You may be knowing that in thin arrowroot biscuits, it's a very 0.01% only arrowroot starch will be there. And different kind of species are used for extraction of starch in that arrowroot. Maranta arundinaceae, curcuma, angustifolia, canna edulis. And just I am showing, sir, this cassava, some of them might have been seen this one. Cassava is a perennial crop, but domesticated as annual, and it is propagated through stem. Then sweet potato, everybody knows this one. This is also a very popular crop. Greater yam, this is very popular in especially Odisha. Large scale consumption is there. Elephant foot yam, taro, and yam bean. Yam bean is only ready-made food crop, we can say, because you can remove the skin and directly you can eat. You need not cook here. It is consumed as a fruit. This is the only tuber crop propagated through sexually produced seeds. This is in nutshell, sir. And if you see the contribution of a tuber crop is around 3.9% energy towards global food security. In that, cassava is contributing 1.9%, sweet potato 1.5% energy, yams 0.3%, and aroids 0.2%. It's coming to 3.9% energy, total global food security energy is coming from tropical tuber crop. In this connection, this particular institute has released 18 varieties. In that, sweet potato 11 varieties, taro, colocasia 5 varieties, and 2 yam varieties. So the main objective of this project is improvement of livelihood of tribal farmers by taking the tuber crop production and processing technology. Especially the location-specific technologies we have taken and demonstrated, and the farmers were trained on scientific method of tuber crop cultivation and its utilization. The deliverable of the project is increasing the awareness and skill of tuber crop farmers, how to produce with minimum inputs and maximum yield, and how to process it, minimum process it for getting more profit. And by this way, cultivating the tuber crop, food availability locally to be increased, and increasing the purchase capacity of the farmers, tribal farmers, and maximizing the profit from the tuber crop farming. And simultaneously, when the products are more, yields are more, and profits are more, farmers will be encouraged to go for more area under tuber crop as a sole crop. If sole crop is not possible, it can be grown as a intercrop by way of increasing the productivity. And we want to establish small scale industries, very small household levels for minimum processing and selling the processed product in locally and create awareness about sustaining the project benefits. And we have taken the three states initially. The project area in Odisha is Kandhamal, Koraput and Gajapati districts we have taken. We have taken in Jharkhand, Ranchi and Lohardaga districts. Chhattisgarh, Narayanpur district, we have taken Abhijumat area. In Chhattisgarh, Ramakrishna Mission, Narayanpur helped us for demonstrating taking our tuber crop technology to Abhijumat tribal areas. Similarly, in Ranchi and Lohardaga also districts, Ramakrishna Mission and KVK of Jharkhand, Ranchi, it is located in Ranchi, they have helped us to take our technology to the tribal farmers. Kandhamal and Koraput, Gajapati districts, local NGOs we have taken for identifying the beneficiary and taking the technology to the tribal farmers. Sir, I want to give few technologies which are released, which are developed from this center and which is unique. So I am giving in sweet potato, biofortified sweet potato varieties. We have developed two varieties. The first variety is Bhusona. Usually, sir, you know that sweet potato, skin may be in different colors. Skin may be in red, pink and brown color, but flesh will be, inside flesh will be white. And sweet potato, you know that it's rich in potassium, rich in calcium, rich in vitamins and minerals, especially zinc and iron. And vitamin A is there. And we have developed a variety, Bhusona. This particular variety contains beta carotene 12.5 to 14 milligram per 100 gram of fresh tuber. So the inside flesh will be orange color. And this variety is rich in beta carotene. You know, the beta carotene is the precursor of vitamin A. Especially this variety we are popularizing in tribal area where vitamin deficiency, vitamin A deficiency is more prevalent. And this variety yields around 20 to 25 tons per hectare. The other variety, Bhu Krishna, this is, if you look at this one, it looks like beetroot. Both skin and flesh is purple color. It is an indicator of anthocyanin. So anthocyanin is 85 to 90 milligram per 100 gram of fresh tuber. And it yields around 22 to 25 tons per hectare. You know, this anthocyanin is a very essential, or it will scavenge the free radicals in our body. And it is good for cancer also. And we are popularizing these two varieties in tribal area where malnutrition and vitamin deficiencies are very prevalent. And this is the importance of these two varieties. I'm giving. The other one is the production technology. Sweet potato usually cultivated in rain-fed upland. And we have developed a technique. Sweet potato can be cultivated along with red gram as a intercropping. Strip intercropping. And this particular strip intercropping, the cost of cultivation comes around 50,000 rupees. Gross return will be 1,10,000 rupees. Net return will be 60,000 rupees. In this system, you will get a sweet potato yield around 8 tons per hectare, red gram 1.5 tons per hectare. And soil is enriched with the organic matter. And the organic carbon buildup will be there. You know, red gram is a pulse. And sweet potato is a carbohydrate-rich tubers. So both protein and carbohydrate you will get from the system. Further, red gram is a fertilizer factory, nitrogen fixing crop. So it will fix nitrogen also in the soil, enriching the soil. This is the technique. This technique we have adopted in tribal farmers' field. And other technique is yam. Yam is a trailing herb. Usually what farmers in tribal farmers do, they cultivate this yam in household, in homestead garden with a few plants, four to five plants, and they used to trail it on nearby trees, and it will be trailing on the tree. It requires trailing, staking is required. And if you go for large scale cultivation, they have to cut the wood or bamboos and they have to give support for that. But cutting wood and bamboo is deforesting and it is against our ecosystem. We have developed a technique cultivating maize as a intercrop in between the yam. You put 3 maize seeds. The maize crop will come mature by 90 days. You harvest the crops and leave the maize plant then and there, and the yam plant will be trailing on that, and it will be continuing the growth till maturity. Thereby, the maize will serve as a staking material. Simultaneously, it will be giving additional yield also. As yam is trailing
sir, please conclude in 2 minutes, sir.
Pardon?
Please conclude in 2 minutes.
Sound is not audible.
Please finish in 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I will finish it. This is the techniques we have given to the farmers. Similarly, other elephant foot yam and green gram. This is another green gram system, and taro and red gram intercropping system. All these systems were taken in a farming system mode, and we have developed a 0.4 hectare model, farming system model for upland conditions. So in that 0.4 hectare model, rice is 0.2 hectare, and other tuber crops and maize, ragi also we have taken. In the upland system, we have included backyard poultry. And you can see that when rice is alone, if it is grown, the expenditure and income is very, net income is only 13,000 rupees. But when you go for farming system mode, you will get around 29,875 net income. And you will also get maximum employment. Employment generation addition will be there, and the employment generation not only increasing, but it will be distributed throughout the year when compared to growing for monocrop. Similarly, if you take the per hectare basis, another 0.2 hectare we have developed where maize is the predominant crop. There also we have taken our tuber crop technology and the maize, and we included backyard poultry, and you can find that income is almost tripled when compared to growing maize alone. That having the advantage of BC ratio is 3.25, and employment generation is very high. And the employment not only generation is more, and it is distributed throughout the year when you go for taking the tuber crop as an intercrop. Now this project is running around 7 years, 7 to 8 years. If you look at 2012 to 2013 till 2019-20, we have covered almost 1,464 beneficiaries from all these 3 states, and we have distributed 86,000 cassava stem, 9,20,000 sweet potato vines, around 26,000 kg greater yam, 21,000 kg taro, 29,000 kg of elephant foot yam. We have given freely to the farmers, and we have demonstrated around 1,814 demonstrations of our tuber crop technologies and value addition trainings, and around 12 trainings we have given, and covered in the training is around 560 farmers. In the nutshell, so total this training farming system involving tuber crop training, around 289 training we have given. In addition to the tuber crop, we also gave chicks, piglet, and small equipments, aluminium wire mesh, and even some farmers we have given black Bengal bucks in a farming system mode, whoever they want. These are some of the pictures. You can see that the tribal farmers, they are cultivating tuber crop with the harvest, and tuber crops will be not only giving food and nutrition security, and this crop definitely will be improving the livelihood of the farmers. Thank you.
Okay. Few questions for you.
Sir.
First is that you are there for the last 7 years. And, you have trained 1464 farmers have adopted this technology, as I understand. Am I right?
Sir, I am not audible, sir. Little sounds.
Am I not audible?
Sir, not sir.
Kaushik, you are able to.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay.
Your audio is clear. I think some issues with his speaker or something.
Okay.
So can you, Netizen, sir, can you hear us?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, little sound, sir. Tell me, sir.
No, simply see, you have trained 1464 farmers in 7 years who have adopted this technology. Am I right?
Sir.
So it is out of how many total farmers are there who were doing this work earlier?
Sir, no, sir, I am not properly audible. Sound is very slow.
No.
I think your problem must be with your speaker, sir. You can clear it loud and clear.
You have to increase the sound of your speaker.
Major concern is
increase the sound of your system.
Sir, now it is audible, sir.
okay.
Tell me, sir.
So you have only 1,464 farmers have adopted this technology.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is we have demonstrated by seeing that lot of farmers are adopting, sir.
So how many farmers have switched over to this technology? I just wanted to know that.
Sir, after seeing our technology, our demonstration, sir, now maybe around 60 to 70,000 farmers are adopting, because we have adopted in particular villages by seeing that, because planting material we are giving for limited farmers only.
There will be two types of farmers.
Sir.
In the pre-scenario, one is those who are already doing it,
yes,
this tuber cultivation, but they are doing it traditionally.
Traditionally, sir.
Or not using high tech.
Yes,
the
sir.
other can be who have switched over, say, from maize or rice to this crop.
Okay,
so I just wanted to know what % of this is forming of the total farming community, where you have reached.
Sir, greater yam plus maize intercropping system, sir. This system is Orissa around 10,000 hectare now it is cultivated, sir. Earlier, because they don't have any idea about giving support, so they used to trail it on ground. Once we have demonstrated in that farmer's field, and they found it is a successful, because they are getting additional yield and it is trailing on the some other crop, and thereby the disease, anthracnose is the major disease in the yam, that was completely controlled, sir, by going this.
Where is the market for these things? Is it locally only, or is it exported also, or something like that?
Sir, yam is very popularly consumed in Orissa, sir. It is called Jagannath Prasad, because in Puri Jagannath, they use only yam as a prasad, sir. They will not use potato. So the local people also prepare one kind of dish, dalma they say. It is unique in Odisha, and they invariably put this yam. And yam is consumed almost all the people in Odisha. Around 15,000 hectare yam cultivation is there in Odisha, but it is not catering the need of the farmers. It is from Andhra Pradesh, lot of yam people are coming to Odisha.
Yeah, I think you are doing a good work. But you see, ultimately, it is the increase in income of the farmer.
Yes, sir.
Matters,
yes.
So through all these efforts, how much income has increased on an average?
Sir, farmers' income, it is almost doubled, sir. Now, we can see this one. Earlier, yam was available only very few marketplaces. Now, you can see everywhere, in small retailer to wholesaler, and throughout the year, except a few months, July, August, September, remaining months, you can get the yam, because the cultivation area is increased, because of they are getting high profit. It is a commercial crop, sir. And similarly, sir, sweet potato, I want to tell, after releasing of the 2 new biofortified varieties. Many multinational companies are now started for processing it for chips production. Earlier, they were marketing only potato chips. Now they are going for multi-chips. In that, they want to put potato chips, sweet potato chips, and the taro chips also. For that, they are looking for colored variety, especially orange flesh and purple flesh varieties. Sir. Now it is picking up. Last 2 years, around 15% of the regular sweet potato cultivated area, it is replaced by colored variety. In future, once these factories are started functioning, running, then the area of under this colored variety may be increasing, sir.
Have you made any plan, say for next 5 years, how much you will do?
Yes, sir, we have planned, sir, in this program. Our program also, we are every year 10,000 hectares, we are giving our nucleus seed material, and we are encouraging nursery growers so that the farmers, commercial farmers will get seed material from the nursery farmers and they can go for commercial cultivation. Similarly, yam and elephant foot yam also we are encouraging seed farmers, sir. Seed village also we have adopted.
Okay, I got you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I have one small question. Does this cultivation of this yam and the sweet potato, does it require special conditions of soil or something like that, or it can be grown anywhere in the country?
Sir, sweet potato can be grown anywhere, sir, because it requires acid soil around 5.5 to 6.5 pH, and marginal soils it will come up. So that's why in Odisha around 40,000 hectares it is cultivated because the soils are marginal soils. There this crop only will come. Similarly, almost all the tribal area, sweet potato is cultivated because it requires minimum input. Whereas the yam is a long duration crop. It requires a lot of fertility. In fertile soil only it will come, it will give very good yields. But you can grow in marginal soil, but you have to apply external input. And it is a commercial crop, sir, yam and elephant.
Okay.
Thank you.
Keep on doing the good work.